To Valhalla!
Dragonborn!
And now, two idiots in their natural habitat, farming for ender pearls, in preparation for the endgame ender dragon battle.
You missed.
No, I didn't. That one I missed.
Oh.
That one I missed, but the first one was a hit.
It was at this moment he knew. He f***ed up.
Oh, crap! Sorry! Run!
Oh, I can get payback now.
No! You didn't fall in lava and lose your stuff. You can get payback in the overworld where it's safe.
I lost my totem of undying. Do you know how valuable that thing is?
Well, I'll build a raid farm especially for you. Ah, dude! I panicked so much there. Oh, there's lava right here.
This is finished.
You almost killed yourself. Oh,
Yeah, we can.
Am I gonna spawn back into the
Oh,
lava?
no, I can't actually
left.
I can't actually save you. One very risky rescue operation later. Now you walked off of that. I didn't even have to do anything.
No.
You literally went, oh, lava, walk.
No, I pressed control instead of shift. So I technically sprinted off accidentally. I thought I wanted to look
you
if there was something
sprinted off.
somewhere to lag. So I sprinted off.
Okay, please just don't hit me off. Like, I know you're very tempted to, but please. I'm asking very nicely.
Okay. Huh. But you've got to say my reaction speed, I'm just like out.
Gone.
There was no thinking. That was just let's go. Ooh. Okay, it's just a drop. It's not lava.
Okay.
I can deal with the fall damage. It's just not lava.
Yeah, okay.
100 blocks to go.
Yes. Oh, here it is.
Things that you mine to get shards for tinted.
Yeah, I know, bro. You
Hold
said
on.
an amethyst. You said an...
Well, yeah, it's amethyst geodes and amethyst crystals and amethyst shards.
We have to get up there now.
I'm building a staircase up there. Oh, that's another thing I did with Vanilla Tweaks, is I made the entire Nether Fortress black instead of this, like, dark red that it usually is. Also just helps with
nice.
contrasting colors and whatnot, so yeah, it looks a bit better. So, we're at the Nether Fortress, after a very precarious journey over many— Ah!
What's the... Oh, it's on top! Oh, I can see your items.
You!
What? It wasn't me! It was a Blaze!
Oh. I thought you hit me off with your— I swear I saw you hit me off with your sword!
No, my sword is in my hand. Yes, but the Blaze is trying to kill me. I can pick your items up because I
Please
literally only have
do,
a
because
cross.
I'm miles away. Anyway, as I was trying to say before I was so rudely interrupted by Blaze, we found the Nether Fortress, a Nether Fortress for that matter. As you have seen in the time lapse, we are collecting ender pearls. I think it's fairly obvious to anyone who's played Minecraft what exactly we're doing at the Nether Fortress now, but yeah, we're preparing earlier this season for the Ender Dragon fight so that we can just get out of the way, and I'm sick of not having an Elytra. So, yeah, I'll see you that side once I get my stuff back, if I get my stuff back.
Hello there.
Yeet! I'm just going full off. Okay, I'm gonna charge the blaze.
This is very bad. This is very, very bad. This is very, very bad. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm dead. I'm actually dead. Because blaze are just everywhere.
It's a Nether fortress, I mean. I'll see if I can get your
And
stuff
now I'm
and
falling
get
through
out.
the world. God!
Oh!
I just got a wither skeleton skull!
Nice!
Heck yeah! That made it worth it.
Nice.
That made all the dying worth it. No, it didn't, but, you know.
I just see why.
Wither skeleton skull, everybody! Nice. Also, we're on
Nice.
4 blaze rods out of at least 6 that we need, so... Ow! Ooh!
I'm good.
Ooh! Skeleton, 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 skeleton.
Back off. I'm on my way. Back off. I'm on my way. What do withers drop exactly that's useful?
The nether star, which makes beacons.
Oh yeah, the Nether Star, but that's not that useful.
Beacons. I would like
Not
to
that
put
useful.
emphasis on beacon. Oh my word.
I'm an idiot! You're an idiot!
Oh no, 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 no.
What would you say is easier to use, a crossbow or a bow?
Cross. I don't know. Crossbows I think are more accurate, but they also take like 7 times the time to reload. So
Yeah, well, this one has quick charge.
I know, but I don't know how quick is quick charge. I've never used it.
It is quite quick.
Okay.
But if it's more accurate, I'm gonna use a crossbow.
Yeah, it's
So
definitely more.
where
It's
are
definitely
you
more accurate.
exactly?
Ow! What the? Ow.
Hello there.
Oh,
Are you on
that's
top
what.
of the bridge?
No,
top of the
I'm
bridge?
inside. I'm inside the fortress somewhere. Quite safe, actually. Several thousand deaths later. Well, I've been patching up this area as well as this. You can see there's a fair bit of house missing. That was thanks to a very certain combination of a wolf and a creeper. By which I mean that wolf that lives in that house. Blew up some of my floor, a whole bunch of my chests, some of this floor, and luckily nothing under here was affected. But yeah, suffice to say, I hate creepers. And everything is everywhere. I do not have the stuff to fix it all. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be busy with for the next who knows how long. And with those bones going in the chest, that is the last of the items to be sorted. That being said, what does our whole ender pearl situation look like? Because I know I had more than those 3 ender pearls. Hey, that's more like it. Okay. Whoopsie daisy. What I actually want to do so long is craft these into some eyes of ender. I can leave the last blaze powder in there. And I'm still wearing the wither skeleton skull. That's not smart. I definitely want to be storing that. Probably somewhere even safer than that, but that'll do for now. Anyway, 9 eyes of ender. Hoping and praying that the end portal has at least 9 eyes, and that's a lot to ask for. 10 would be good, because I don't feel like trying to go and get another blaze rod. Just died way too many times during that fight. So if there's 10 in, all I need to do is find another ender pearl, and I'll be happy to do that over trying to find another blaze rod. Well, a guy can dream. Now, ever since I set up that little mini stand, postbox type shop thing, whatever you want to call it, outside Crinkly's base, I've actually had a bit of an idea for a shop. And I've spoken to the other members of WitherCraft about it, and they said they would all be super down for it. So the thing is, when I enchanted, or when I got my Fortune 3 pickaxe, at the time I was the only person on the server with Fortune, and well, since then Crinkly has also obtained Fortune, however, it's Fortune 2, which is nowhere near as good as Fortune 3. So right now I have a monopoly, sort of, on Fortune 3 on the server, and I thought, hey, why not make some money out of this? People are going to want to fortune the ores that they mine out, so seems logical, right? So I thought I could make a shop in which the Withers pay a certain amount to mine out some blocks using the Fortune 3 pickaxe. And I've settled on the price of 1 diamond per stack of blocks. So let's say you... What the hell? Let's say you mine out a whole stack of iron. Or a whole stack of coal. And you want to come and fortune it. Well, you will then pay a diamond to use the fortune pickaxe to mine out, or to fortune all of that ore. I made very clear, and I'm going to make it very clear to you as the viewers as well, what exactly I mean by stack. What I mean by stack is the low end of anything from 1 to 64 blocks. In other words, whether you mine 1 block of coal, or whether you mine 64 blocks of coal, or anything that any sort of ore, you will still pay 1 diamond, and that price stacks. So as soon as you mine anything over 1 stack of items, you pay 2 diamonds, whether that's 65 items or 128 items. And then again, for 129 items, you will then pay 3 diamonds, and the same will go up until what's 128 per 64 is 192. And then for 193 items, you will pay 4 diamonds until 256, and so on and so forth. So my friendly advice to them was, get as many full stacks as you can, because otherwise you're going to be paying for, well, fortune that you can't really use. Now, it is just 1 diamond, so it's not that big of a deal, and for something like diamonds that we don't find a lot of anyway, you know, it's going to be a very great return on investment. But for this thing, I need a not a massive space, but I do need some sort of space here. And I've also gathered a few resources, so let's just hop into a time-lapse, I guess, of us actually building this thing. I mean, it's not the most glamorous of builds, and there was certainly some artistic freedom involved with the diamond pickaxe out front, but all in all, I mean, not quite the design I had in mind, but for an early game shop, it's not terrible. And I decided to call it the Clover House because clovers are supposed to be lucky, like horseshoes for some reason. Anyway, let me explain the design a little bit. So, here is where you'll actually do your mining, and the floor I've laid out to be an 8x8 grid, reason being that one stack of items is 64, and 64 is 8 times 8. So, in theory, if you were taking just one stack of items, because the shop works based on the stacks, you would just cover this area of the floor and go ham on mining it. In here is the Fortune 3 pickaxe itself, and here are 2 side chests, which I'll get into in a moment. And then I have written a book that will explain the rules of the shop. Welcome to the Clover House. We offer a simple service, Fortune 3 in exchange for a small fee. I made that one up myself. How does it work? To the right of the shop, that being here, because if this is the front, you can think of that as the right. To the right of the shop is the 8x8 platform that goes quite far up, and that's what I was showing here. The reason I took it so far up is because often you have multiple stacks of items plus 2 blocks leeway for the player character to actually be able to mine the blocks out, so hopefully that's tall enough. And it says simply place the ores that you want to fortune on this platform, then take the Fortune 3 pickaxe from the chest and mine away. Now, none of this is order specific. It's just how I wrote it. I would obviously recommend taking the pickaxe out first so that you can pillar up and then mine straight back down easily. It really doesn't matter, it's up to personal preference. The cost is 1 diamond per stack starting at the beginning, i.e. you pay 1 diamond whether you mine 1 of 64 ores, 2 diamonds for 6,528 ores, and so on. And that's what I explained earlier of the pricing. So the moment you go over the next stack, you pay that entire stack's diamonds worth. So I'd recommend gathering as much full stacks as possible. Once you are done, place the Fortune 3 pickaxe back in the chest as well as your payment. Again, no specific order, you can pay before or afterwards, whatever you think you're going to remember, as long as you remember to pay. If the pickaxe's durability is low, please contact me to fix it, as you'll be charged a hefty fee if you break it. This thing does not have mending or unbreaking on for that matter, so its durability is going to run out at some point. If that happens, the other withers must let me know, so that I'll fix it then with some diamonds. And the reason I left that in is because someone's bound to break it. Or someone's going to say, hey, listen, this thing is broken, you know, losing durability, what should I do with it? And that's why I explicitly said, contact me, because if you break the thing while mining, you know, if it breaks while you're mining, even if the previous person left it on 3 durability, if you did not let me know, you are going to be the one replacing it, or at least pay me a fee that makes it worth my while to replace it. There are also 2 double chests you may use to temporarily store items, such as mined ores, but please empty these chests before you leave. Thank you for shopping with us. And that's these double chests here that I'm talking about that I said I was going to come back to earlier. So let's say you have just an absolute butt ton of items, and your inventory starts cluttering up. You can place your mined ores in these chests temporarily, and then go back and mine the rest. Or if you have inventory clutter that you want to just temporarily dump while you go mining, you can also place that in these chests as long as they're empty by the time you leave. So hopefully that covers everything. Like I said, this is the Fortune 3 pickaxe and the diamond payment chest, and that's this shop. There's not much more really to it. In terms of just generally everything else, I did manage to get together the last 3 Eyes of Ender, but obviously I don't want to go in the end alone. Fighting the Ender Dragon is, I wouldn't say dangerous or difficult, especially since I do have an infinity bow, but it's definitely something that I want the other withers to be a part of, so I'll wait for them on that. We'll probably get to that fairly soon, not sure if it's still going to be in this episode or in the next episode. There is one last thing I wanted to show you, and it's actually perfect that it's getting sunset, because I'm yet to see this place at night. So, Wither had a epiphany, an idea, or whatever you want to call it, to make a giant wheat field farm out back, mainly inspired by Midnight's base. That's why the spruce forest is sitting here, because it gives off this sort of medieval vibe. Midnight King and medieval sort of go hand in hand, you know, knights being from the medieval age and kings, well, except in England apparently. Yes, I am fully aware there are other countries like Saudi Arabia where monarchs are still prevalent. I just couldn't think of them on the spot, and if I had to go on a rant about every single country in the world that has that is ruled by kings and queens, well, this video will be another 30 minutes long. And this is what we've been working around in the background, and my word, it does look great at night. Pathway is his design. I mainly helped just get a bunch of water buckets. As you can see, it's still not quite done. It is a work in progress, but for the most part, this is coming along super nicely. So I've just logged back into the server, and Crinkly said he gave me a gift, and I was like, gift? He said he visited an amethyst geode. I was like, okay, so I'm looking for something amethyst. Oh, I found it. And then I see what it's called. Yeah, it's this one of the this Optifine Zoom, but in an item, which makes it ultimately useless. Let's use them in conjunction with each other. Oh my word, I can see miles away. Thanks, Crinky. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with it, though.
I only made it for the point of it being useless.
Right.
It was a complete waste of my copper and amethyst, but it is there.
Okay. Okay. Well, ridiculous spyglasses and schnizners aside, I'm actually gonna just end off this episode right here, gathering a bunch of XP up from the skeleton farm. And, yeah, I mean, to be fair, we made a fair amount of progress, and that shop is hopefully going to bring us a good few diamonds. Now, the one thing I want to just end off on is me and Crinkly have been talking about the whole emerald currency thing, and the verdict that we've come up with, at least, we'll discuss this with the other withers, but what we've sort of thought is that with emeralds, they're late game items. You can only really start obtaining them in sizable quantities once you have a whole bunch of villager trading halls set up and whatnot. Second of all, because they're farmable, there's no real incentive to actually get them. You know, they become a very easy thing to get your hands on. And so if we use them as a currency, it's never going to be a struggle, so to say. There's not going to be any incentive to go out and farm emeralds. It's going to be like, let me just quickly stop on my villager beat, just sell them a bunch of melons, and, you know, all's good and well. Whereas with diamonds, you can't actually farm them. So there's something driving you to go out and actually find them and use them as a currency. So we've thought, for that reason, we want to change the currency back to diamonds. Also, because outside of armor and tools, diamonds aren't really all that useful. You can't exactly build out of them, unless you're a 9-year-old. Well, that's just it. You know, what do we use them outside of our tools and armor and whatnot? So there's very good reasons to be using diamonds, and then emeralds we'll just use for ourselves with the villagers. But like I say, we'll discuss it with the other withers, see what we get. For now, this is going to be me eating bread, signing off, and murdering bones. That was not supposed to happen.